For this exercise, you're going to be weaving two photos together. I chose these two from National Geographic that show visualizations of environmental measurements. I chose them because they have enough contrasting color intensities and implied textures to make the weaving stand out. They also are unified by similar color harmonies and content. You're going to be working on the back for your first step. So first thing you need to do is fold your image in half. Be sure to identify where your folded and your open edge is. You're going to need to pay attention to this open edge. I spin my project around as I work on it, but you need to make sure that folded edge is where you want it to be. Once you've identified your open edge, you're going to use a ruler to mark along it. I've created a mark at 1/2 inch. Your measurements might be different, but you're still always going to use the open edge. Don't forget, each ruler is different. A lot of them have a little mark that represents 0, but this one that I'm using, the end of the ruler is actually 0. So check to make sure you are placing your ruler properly when you measure. Now I'm drawing a line connecting those two dots all the way across, and that's going to represent where I stop with my scissors when I cut. I'm now going to mark along my cut barrier about every 1/2 inch. Your measurements might be a little bit different. I need to drag my ruler directly across to the folded edge from the cut barrier so that I can measure out and mark the folded edge the same way that I measured out and marked the cut barrier. I'm going to align my ruler with the dots on the folded edge and the dots on the cut barrier and draw a line segment between them. I'm just going to continue repeating this action until I get to the other side of the page. Some things I want you to think about are your lines don't always have to be straight. You're going to get a different style of weaving if you make crooked lines instead. Your lines don't have to be evenly spaced. What if you had some thin lines and some thick lines? There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. You can even make curvy lines or zigzag lines. Just be careful with zigzag lines. If you make them too pointy or sharp, it's really hard to weave between them.